So, you want to know the cost of living in Orlando? Stick around, you're about to find out. What's up guys, Mark Johnson here, back again with another video. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now, in today's video, we're going to talk about the cost of living here in Orlando. So, let's get started. So, if you're here right now watching this video, you're probably either thinking of moving or relocating here to Orlando. And the thing you need to know before you do that is, well, how far will my money go? AKA the cost of living. Now, there are four main factors that go into the cost of living: food, transportation, housing, and entertainment. And we're going to break down all of those right now. All right, guys, first up, we're going to talk about transportation. Now, with transportation here in Orlando, well, interesting, right? So you have three main ways to get around here in Orlando. First, you have the Link system, which is our bus system. Then you have the Sunrail system, which is kind of like our own virtual speeding bullet. Now, third, you have your car or whatever vehicle you like to use. Now, first up with the Link system, that's our bus system, and it's $50 for a month-long pass there. Now, that gets you wherever you want in Orlando, but you're gonna need to be on top of the schedule, and you're probably gonna need to be there an hour before wherever you need to be. Second, when it comes to the Sunrail, as I said, the Sunrail is our version of our own speeding bullet train. Now, it's not like the subway or anything, obviously it's above ground, and it runs in a north to south pattern. It starts over in Sanford up top and runs all the way down just below Kissimmee to a place called Point Siena. And the pricing structure there is structured, well, depending on how many counties you need to go to. For one county per month, it's going to cost you $56. If you need to go to 2 counties per month, that's going to cost you $84. If you need to go to 3 counties per month, that's going to cost you $112. And if you need to go to 4 counties, well, that's going to cost you $140 per month. And third, and your last option, obviously, is your car. Now, for me, I drive a very fuel-efficient Nissan Altima. Gas prices right now are $2.19 per gallon of gas. So it costs me right around $35 to fill up my car, and I do that twice per month. Now, that's even with sitting in the Orlando traffic, because the other option you have is to take toll roads. Toll roads are huge down here. Again, we don't have a state income tax, so the state has to make it up in other places. One of those places is the toll roads. Now, depending on where you are and which toll road you're going through depends on the price. Some could range from as low as 50 cents to 75 cents. Other ones, leaving the turnpike going up into the state, are right around $3. So again, it depends on where you want to be for work, where you want to go every day, whether you want to take a toll road or whether you want to take I-4, which is our main interstate. But again, I-4 does have construction going on every single day, so you need to know where you want to be in reference to your job. Now, in regards to those toll roads, you really have two options. You're going to want something called a Sun Pass or E-Pass, or you have to pay cash every time you want to use the toll road. Now, the Sun Pass or E-Pass, that allows you to just keep driving. It's a preloaded thing that has money on it, and you just keep driving. Otherwise, you have to fumble around with your cash and your change, and give it to a person, get change back, and then keep going. So if you're going to live here, your best option is to have a Sun Pass or an E-Pass. So the second thing we're going to talk about today is food. I know I love food. I'm sure you love food. And let me tell you, there is some amazing food down here in Orlando. You're going to have some of the best food you've ever had, and you won't even want to leave just for the food. But let's talk about the price of that food. Now, according to 2019 U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average American family spent roughly $8,169 on food per year. Now, if you're just on your own, obviously it's going to be much cheaper for you. But I know even as a single person, it can get really expensive when you like really good food. But let's break that down a little bit further. First off, let's talk about the price of a gallon of milk. A gallon of milk right now will cost you $2.89 per gallon. That's from your local Publix. Second, you have the price of a loaf of bread. A loaf of bread right now is going to cost you $2.47 per loaf. Now, obviously there's bread that's more expensive and less expensive, but that's just your average loaf of bread. And third, let's talk about a fast food combo. Let's say you go to McDonald's and you want a quarter pounder with cheese combo from McDonald's. That's going to cost you roughly $9. I just had one the other day and it was around $8.83. So $9. So the third thing that we're going to talk about, and well, it's the main reason people move here, it's the entertainment. Everyone loves going to theme parks. Everyone loves Disney, everyone loves Universal, and everyone loves SeaWorld. But honestly, there's so much more to do here than just those options. You have escape games, movie theaters, you have little theme parks that are family owned that are down here as well that are really nice to enjoy. You have farmers markets, as well as this thing like the Amway Center, which hosts the Orlando Magic, concerts, other events as well. But let's break down the price of what those things are going to cost you to do them. First up, let's talk about Universal's two-park pass, which is the preferred pass. Now, the way I'm going to break these down is they're all going to have free parking, no blockout dates, and they're going to be at a Florida resident price. So, for the two-park preferred pass for Universal, you're going to be charged $359.99 per year. It's pretty good. It's not bad. Obviously, there are things that are more expensive, and there are passes that are less expensive. So it's really up to your personal preference, but I wanted to give you the basic pass that most people choose. So the second pass we're going to talk about is the Disney Platinum Pass. Now, it's free parking again and no blockout dates. Disney Platinum Pass is going to run you $899 per year, and that's on a Florida resident price. But again, there are passes that are more expensive and less expensive than that. So you just need to find a pass that works for you and your budget. Now, the third pass we're going to talk about is the SeaWorld Pass. Now, obviously, SeaWorld doesn't have as much to do as Universal or Disney, but it's a really fun time for everyone, and I can promise you you're going to enjoy it. Now, because there's less to do, it obviously comes at a really great price. What you're going to find is that a SeaWorld Pass for a year that has free parking and no blockout dates is only going to run you $186 for the whole year. That's crazy, right? Now, obviously, again, there are passes that are more expensive and less expensive than that, but at the same time, these are the price breakdowns of each one. For Universal, again, $359.99 for the preferred pass. For Disney, for the Platinum Pass, it's $899, and for SeaWorld, it's $186 for the whole year for their pass. Now, what about the other options I told you about? Because there's so much to do here in Orlando. Well, a movie ticket's going to cost you roughly $12 here. An escape game is going to cost you on average $35 per person, might I add. Now, and then on top of that, you're going to have other, sporting events, Orlando Magic, you're going to have concerts. Me and my wife, we went to the Jonas Brothers concert earlier in the year, and it cost us $90 per ticket for that. And that was an average price for us. Again, there are so many things to do here in Orlando, and I promise you will never run out of things to do. You can always find something, and this is literally the theme park capital of the world. But trust me, there's so much more than theme parks. You just got to get out there and explore. So, number 4, and the reason you watch this entire video, housing, the cost of housing. You need to know how much it costs to own a house here in Orlando, and you should want to own a house here in Orlando because there's no greater place to live. But let me start off with some really great news. Mortgages for a 30-year fixed rate mortgages are at an all-time low. They're at 2.86%. So you can own more house right now than you ever could before. But let's get into those average versus median numbers on each one. First up, we're going to talk about single-family homes. A single-family home on average here in Orlando will cost you $346,000 versus the median price of that home, which is $295,000. Next up, we're going to talk about condominium prices. Now, condominiums on average are going to cost you $187,000 versus the median price, which is going to cost you $145,000 to own a condominium here in Orlando. The third type we're going to talk about is duplexes, villas, and townhomes. Now, on average, the duplex, townhomes, and villas are going to cost you $234,000 to own here in Orlando versus the median price, which is $225,000 as well. But what do you say we bundle up all those types of homes and figure out what the average and median price of all home types together is? Well, on average, the price of homes here in Orlando is $340,000 versus the median price, which is $270,000. And that's the price you normally hear about here in Orlando. It's $270,000, the average price to live here. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, wow, Orlando's kind of expensive. Or you're thinking to yourself, Orlando is really cheap. And honestly, it's going to depend on where you're coming from personally. I know people that are from the Midwest, and they get down here and they're completely shocked by the price of homes down here. But you could be from California or New York, and you're thinking, wow, it is so much cheaper to live here than it is in California or New York. It really just depends on where you're from and what you're used to. But these are the numbers for you to have a realistic expectation of what it's like to own a home here in Orlando. Now, since we're talking about housing, well, we might as well touch on one really other important factor, and that's your utilities. Now, living here in Florida, well, and Orlando, we like to say that you get 2 seasons. You get 11 months of summer and you get 1 month of winter. But what 1 month that's gonna happen, no one knows. So you can be prepared to run your AC a lot down here because it gets really hot. Personally, I'm from Alabama, and when I moved down here, let me tell you, I really thought that the heat was gonna be no different, but it is completely different heat down here. So you wanna know that you're gonna be running your AC quite often, and well, that's gonna cost you between $150 and $200 in energy bills every month. So we've talked about all these factors today: transportation, housing, food, and entertainment. But let's talk about what the salary you can expect here in Orlando is like. The average salary for a person living in Orlando is $28,117 per year. Now, that's a little bit lower than the United States average. The United States average is $31,177. So just a little bit lower, but that's what you can reasonably expect to find here in Orlando. All right, guys, well, that's our video. And I hope you found it super, super informative about everything that you need to know about the cost of living here in Orlando. Now, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that button there for me. That way we can circulate this video to as many people as possible. Smash the notification bell. That way you're notified every time I drop new videos. And go ahead and hit the subscribe button because you're gonna wanna be subscribed for all the new videos I drop every week. And I do drop videos every week. So until next time, I'll see you guys later.